started. All right, so the first step is importing your images. So you're in Aperture, and if you aren't an Aperture user and maybe you're just using it for the book design option, I'm going to show you a couple of things that were in a couple of the previous trainings, but definitely check out some more trainings so you can get to know Aperture a little bit better. But I'm going to teach you the essentials of what you need to know when it comes to creating a book design. All right, we're gonna hit import and go find the images that we want to import, and these are great. You don't need all the import settings. Let me just show you the ones that you need. So the first thing that you're gonna want is your destination, and this is where your images are going. So for this, we're gonna have it create a new project, and we're gonna call the project the wedding date, and let's just do 2010-03, we'll pick a day, and the client's name. So Becca and Giant. Perfect. And this is asking where we want to store the files. So we can keep them in their current location. So you're going to most likely keep them in their current location, but you also have the option to choose a location. If you want to move these images from one folder to another, you can choose a location here. But if you're just pulling the images in just for the album design, then you're going to keep them in their current location. And we're not going to use the metadata preset because we don't need it, or the adjustment preset, or the backup location. Let's see if there's anything else we need. Nope, that's all we need for this one. So we're just going to be using the standard Aperture library where to import them, and then you're going to hit this import checked items. If there's anything in here that you don't want to import, you can just uncheck it and it'll be removed from the selection. All right, after you hit import images, you're going to go over here, and we've already put their project in, so here's their images. So now we have the images and we're getting ready to create the book. If I have one image selected and I go up to new and book, it's going to create the book just from this one image. So what you want to make sure that you do is select all the images that you want to create the book with, and then go up to new and book and select book here. If you forget to do that, don't worry about it. All you have to do is grab these images and drag them into the book after you've already created it. So don't stress. All right, so now we're gonna name the book. And usually what I try to name the book is based on the size or shape of that book. So one really great tip in creating books is that there are a few shapes that you do them in, right? You do a 12 by 12, maybe like a square that could be a 12 by 12, a 10 by 10, an 8 by 8, a 5 by 5, a 3 by 3, any of those sizes. So my recommendation to you is to create a book that is a square, and to create a book that is a horizontal, and to create a book that is a vertical. And there are a few sizes that make the most sense with that. So the square, you want to make that the largest possible size that the square book could be. So for some people that's 15 by 15, and for others that's 12 by 12. Totally up to you on what you make that size, but make it the largest possible book that you'll ever do as a square. The second is for the horizontal and vertical. There are a few sizes that actually size down to other sizes that make sense. For instance, a 12 by 18 also becomes a 10 by 15, which becomes an 8 by 12, which becomes a 6 by 9, which becomes